Blasphemy.
Freebird. Coming to you not quite live from Pinata Studios, a Barry Records production. I'm Sascha Saintevic. With me is Briano Hawk. Briano, how you doing?
All right.
Okay. So last time we teased what the topic was going to be this time, and it's going to be when good musicians do bad. And I don't mean when they go into like a drunken rage and throw a ball at somebody, or when they mess up a hotel room, or when they go to jail, or when R. Kelly has a cult of women harems in his apartment.
Or raped his niece or something.
Well, you didn't see that BuzzFeed story about him?
No.
Like, apparently there's there's a family of women. The family of like a handful of women are claiming that he's sort of keeping them against their will or something. Like about when he tells them like when to eat, when to go to the bathroom. I think BuzzFeed was the one that put the story out there. So, take it with a grain of salt, however much you trust in BuzzFeed.
I don't know what that is in the first place, though.
It's an online...
I'm not hip to this online stuff.
How do you internet?
I'm old.
How do you internet?
I don't internet.
Well, when you call up the internet on your old AOL...
My dial-up? That's why you're in charge of putting this stuff
mail.
out there. Not me.
Goodbye. Yeah, apparently it came out just real quick. This isn't the topic, but apparently he's being accused of it. But when the cops came in, they all said everything is fine. Doesn't mean it's not happening because you can brainwash people easily, so you never know.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that develops. He's a weird dude. But that's not the sort of bad I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when seemingly good musicians come out with bad material.
Yeah.
And how
the street.
Yes. That would be an example. And how people sort of respond to that. So do you judge them based on that, or do you just forgive it? I see for a lot of people, if it's like a musician that you would consider to have a legendary status, we'll sort of just overlook it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like when Bob Dylan went through his gospel phase.
Yeah.
For a while, like some people say that's his best stuff out there. I'm not one of those people. I think it's not because of what the content of it is, because like I always say, like Johnny Cash's music has a lot of religious tones in it, and I don't say it's bad. But Bob Dylan, it's not as good as his other stuff. Even though I think Dylan is a little overrated to begin with.
Yeah. Now I don't think you really tell the difference between most of the stuff. All along the Watchtower, which is
I bring up Bob Dylan just to hear your impersonation of him.
Yeah, the really bad one.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those who are his fans, they'll sort of overlook any bad material that he has if it were the stuff that they think is legendary. Same thing with David Bowie. I mean, they'll say like, so he made that shitty tune
with Mick Jagger.
Yeah, and like, okay, so they sang in the rain a little bit. We're not gonna judge him based on that. And I know we don't like Metallica, but for a lot of Metallica fans, they'll ignore sort of like the stuff that came in the 90s. They'll ignore Saint Anger, which is even amongst Metallica fans.
Saint Anger!
That's what he did.
Stupid ass freaking Metallica.
Well, even amongst the fans, it's not. Even amongst the fans, it's not liked. But they'll say we'll focus on like Master of Puppets. We'll judge them, so they won't lose a legendary status. Yeah. So it's like, but I think like on the flip side though, if a musician who otherwise...
We are musicians.
If a musician who
is... one of the biggest presidents out there. Shut up, you freaking assholes.
You got it off your chest? If a musician who's otherwise considered to be kind of a joke...
Sons of bitches.
Like, let's
Metallica,
say...
you suck.
That's right. Can I finish?
Sorry. No. You said Metallica. It's on.
It's not a joke.
Nothing from Metallica was ever good. So you're using a bad reference, man.
Okay, you want me to use
bad reference?
Okay, but Prince came out with a couple of songs that are kind of...
Nothing from Prince was bad.
Really? Do I need to bring back those Batman soundtrack?
Hey. That was the best Batman out there because of that.
Everyone who's on the Batman soundtrack. Seal, his best work. Again, Kelly.
No. Those are bad movies.
I believe I can fly.
Was that in Batman?
Oh, no, wait. That was Space Jam.
Yeah.
Seals, the other one was...
Kiss from a Rose.
It was Kiss from a Rose, Batman Forever. The Val Kilmer one. Yeah,
sure.
In the music video, you can see like the Batman logo.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I Believe I Can Fly should be in Batman.
Yeah, no.
Well, is that more of a Superman thing? Anyway, sidetrack. So, if you take just like musicians that have a legendary status that are considered objectively okay, if they do something bad, we'll ignore it. But
Like-
musicians instead of it's seen as kind of a joke.
Like Ozzy Osbourne, who's, Mama, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow you still-
that's the Prince of Darkness there.
Black Sabbath. When you can understand what he says. I thought you were having a heart attack.
Sorry.
But when you have, let me finally get this damn fucking word out. This damn point that I've been trying to make for what isn't, it's like, feels like an eternity. So when you get a musician out that's universally seen as a joke, even if they made something decent, people will sort of see it as shitty. Actually, I was thinking more like, let's say someone like Justin Bieber came out with a song that's just objectively
You got me there. I don't know anything
good.
about Justin Bieber.
Well, neither do I. But it's just. But see, here's the thing. He might have come out since like that shitty pop thing. He might have made these music. I just won't see it because I won't look for it actively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so because I still, and I'm knocking. This is a knock against me, I guess, in some ways. I still see him as that 15, 16-year-old kid singing about whatever the fuck he's singing about the shitty bubblegum pop song. So he could get as many tattoos and go as much grunge as he wants to.
Yeah,
in his
he's
music.
the bad boy of pop.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know if that's such a thing. Aaron Carter is the bad boy.
Yeah. Your nemesis, as you call him.
my arch nemesis, I've declared that when I was 7, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like, so what are your thoughts on why do you think that we do this? Like, do you think
Why
there's some sort
do
of
we
reason?
forgive musicians who we like for doing crappy songs at points?
Like, why don't we judge them based on that? Even if they make only shitty songs at the end of their career, and they only had good songs at the beginning.
Not too sure. I think it's the fact that they've gotten the following they needed for the fans to forgive them. That's really all it is, I think. There's tons of bands out there who just put crap out after crap now. And, there's like, you'll always go back to, oh, well, this album is a great song and there's whatever from here. And, back in 1946, they had this hit and it's like, no. They're putting crap out now. They should be judged for the crap they're putting out now. But this is just human nature. We're going to forgive them because we like them.
Right, but
Like, I hate Metallica, as I stated. Nothing good from them. Someone who likes Metallica, they're going to say, oh, well, Saint Anger was a bad album, but, the Black Album's the best one out there. It's like, actually, it's a pretty stupid and bad album.
But is that just because you hate Metallica? Would you ever admit that if Metallica came out with an album or even just a track that was decent, would you ever admit that it's decent?
No,
or
because they can't put anything decent out.
Or would your hatred of them just blind you every single time?
They can't put anything decent out, so that'll never happen.
So what is the statement that the Unforgiven is an okay track?
It's not. I don't know. It's not.
You can't make
it's
yourself
not
say
a good song compared to what their normal stuff is, which is super crap. This one's like a solid turd. The rest is like just runny diarrhea, just all over the place. The kind where it just kind of goes like fills the toilet and like the rim and everything. That's Metallica.
The kind of keeps you shaking and sweating at the end.
Yeah, and that one's like it's a solid pea of a pea-sized turd. So it's okay.
I think we're gonna have to get off of the Metallica thing because you see, it's like I think you might be. Although it's a really good example where you're never gonna like. It doesn't matter what if they came out with something that was like identical to like Nirvana circa 1990, you'd still be like,
they'll never.
No, that's shitty.
They're not good enough. I mean, they can try their hardest, and they're never gonna get to anything that's
in a
good.
Hypothetical world.
And any Metallica fan out there who disagrees with me, you can go suck my. Yeah, that's right.
You can say dick. You can say dick on this show.
I just don't.
Penis.
You can suck my left nut because my right one's taken by the other Metallica fans. Yeah.
Oh, your wit keeps me young, Brian. Okay, well then let's stick with someone like David Bowie. You don't judge him based on that shitty song he did.
Dancing in the street.
Yeah.
Down in New York City. I mean, he's had worse songs than that too.
Yeah, I mean, in every
it's-
single album, you can identify at least one track that's not as good as the other.
Yeah,
track.
no, but I mean,
that's why
it's
I don't know
in
anyone
general.
who's-
You can like David Bowie alone. He's done so much things. He put so many things out there, so many different type of genres. People can argue with any song. I mean, some people are like, no, that's a great song you did. You know, it's like,
I
mean,
never
it
heard anyone
was,
say that.
it was. I've heard some people.
It was corny and it was cheesy.
cheap,
and it was
radio friendly pop song that's gonna just make them some money. And that's all it was. It's just thrown out there. It's like, hey, it's me and Mick Jagger. Let's do something. Yay! You know, that was it. It's not like, oh, you know, it's gonna be a serious song that we're trying to really, you know, get to the people. It's like, no, Mick Jagger, who's a rock kind of phase, a touch of punk here and there because some of their attitude, and David Bowie, who's everywhere. Come collaborate, and they come with that. You know.
You the expectation is so shitty because you would expect two legendary musicians to come up with something that's like a lot of times when they come together, it ends up being really crappy, like the mega bands. When
Yeah, but together. I mean, if you think about it, like David Bowie and Trent Reznor, "I'm Afraid of Americans." I love that song. It's a great song. Two great artists,
right?
Two different styles mixed together, but David Bowie, being the freaking enigma he is, worked with it. You know, or Trent Reznor, being the musical badass he is, worked with that too. So I mean, that's one thing. But you know, I guess expect. I don't know if David Bowie and freaking what's his face, Mick Jagger, ever did anything else. You know, they may have another song out there. I just don't know about it. But you'd think that they would come up with something, you know, decent from that because Rolling Stones has some great songs out there. David Bowie has great songs out there. You know, so you'd think, oh, well, they're going to come together. They're going to do something freaking awesome. I was like, nah, we'll just do dancing around in the street, some odd, shaky, homosexual type of whatever. You know, I was like, this is, I guess, the 80s feel. That's just what it was.
It's the 80s, man. It killed a lot of the stuff that I mentioned where it's like legendary musicians. It's something about the 80s, like this black hole of suck.
Yeah.
Which, and it's not all the 80s, of course. Punk was born in the 80s, 70s, but it blew up in the 80s.
It started all with Blondie.
Yes, of course. Everything goes back to Blondie with you. What's with you on
She
Blondie?
was the first to do the rap.
No, she was not.
She started punk.
She did
Blondie,
not.
man.
No, she did not. Neither on either of those 2 points. Don't make me. There's an extra mic here. I can twirl at you.
Come on.
just chuck it at you. The thing that a lot of times when we say that good musicians sort of put out something bad, it's because they try to do something different. Like it's like but it's a double-edged sword that we talked about. Sword.
It's a sword. It's a double-edged sword.
Ja, das ist doch zu komisch für dich.
Yeah, so.
I can bust out in one language.
No.
If you want me to, that's how I keep you on your toes. But the downside of this is, if they don't reinvent themselves with the time, they're going to fall behind and they're going to end up doing something. Now, a lot of times it can work. Trent, I like Nine Inch Nails, but you can really put all his albums, and I know people would argue with me, but this is. I will.
You can put the very first
you can put the first album and the very latest one in one thing, and it sounds like it all pretty much belongs to that one album.
Yeah,
like there isn't anything there where you're like, okay, this is this phase, this is the other phase in his career. This is where he tried to do this experimentally.
Yeah.
Like it all just, even the stuff that sounds a little bit different, it all seems to belong on one big album.
Yeah.
Like together, all the tracks.
But I mean, that's
and some people remain as fans that way. Other people will say, though, you're not that versatile.
Yeah,
like
no, but that's the thing is Trent Reznor. Yeah, his as the Nine Inch Nails albums, they do have a similar sound throughout, but they do have also a different feel as well. So I mean, you can tell like through the ages or through the time, their emotion, I guess, he was in when he did it. But yeah, as Nine Inch Nails, it's somewhat stayed the same throughout.
I can tell you it's a Nine Inch Nails song. It's just if you played
now,
the first.
The funny thing is,
seconds.
Trent Reznor, as a mentor in a sense to other bands,
I know where you're going with.
He completely, he made their sound.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson.
Antichrist.
A lot of his stuff to Antichrist Superstar, best albums he had.
Yeah, because it was on Nothing Records.
He left Nine Inch Nails and Nothing Records and stuff, and what happened? Crap.
Well, you say let's explore that because that's a good transition. So, Mechanical Animals comes out.
Yeah.
It's let's say Antichrist Superstar comes out, which has the specific sound that Manson is kind of identified with even to this day. Then he highly anticipated, sequel. What people saw like, oh, what's he gonna come out next? So all the fans that he gathers is sort of, I guess, where it would be categorized in sort of the shock rock, gothy sort of. Can't say emo really wasn't there yet, but sort of like that crowd, like the Marilyn Manson fan crowd. It would come out. And I loved Antichrist Superstar, so you could put me into that group. Then Mechanical Animals comes out, which sounds totally different from Antichrist Superstar. I know I've actually had people tell me that no, it doesn't sound that different. It's actually a good transition. And since then, Manson sort of went back after Hollywood came out, and he suggested it's actually all flows together in this big rock. So I think that's revisionist work on his part, because he says like no, it flows a story in reverse. Like Hollywood is like the beginning of like the character is, and then Mechanical Animal is the middle phase where he kind of sells out and it gives into all that, and then like the Antichrist Superstar is where he destroys the world. And that works retrospectively. Really loosely. Like if you're a big Manson fan, you're gonna try to make that work together. But if you really follow it, it doesn't. Yeah. He tried to do something different, and he went back to sort of like he was influenced by the glam thing, and I know he went over the top with it on purpose. He did it, and again he went with a shock thing. And he's somebody who actually his albums don't sound the same if you put them back to back. No. Like even from the very beginning, you can go
Portrait of American Family,
Portrait of Family, Smells Like Children. I hit my mic. That's not an album.
That's a great sounding album. I hit my mic.
So what was it? Smells Like Children.
Here first.
Yeah, Smells Like Children doesn't sound like Antichrist Superstar. Antichrist Superstar is actually much more. Well, it's much more well produced because it was done by Trent. Trent. And then you have Mechanical Animals. So the sound gets better produced, but it's different. And Hollywood sounds different than Mechanical Animals, of course, because it kind of went back to the. But then the things that follow, Golden Age of Grotesque, Eat Me, Drink Me, they have a different sound. So he's someone who likes to play with it. And that can gain in fans, they can lose in fans. It gains some people's respect, whereas other people sort of see it as more like you got a little bit of an ADHD thing going on here. I want to enjoy your albums, but if I really love this one sound, once you do the other one, I'm not that loyal to you as a fan. Than I am to the sound that I like. So I'm going to go with the things I like. If you look at a lot of heavy metal albums, they all pretty much sound, not from a particular band. Like I'm talking like death metal sound. A lot of it sounds the same. Doesn't matter which album you put in, you kind of get the similar sound over and over and over and over again. And it appeals to some people. So it's not so much the band's going bad, like a band like could produce a bad sound. It's if you don't try to experiment, you can end up in this sort of stagnation where everything you do is the same, which is going to keep you the same fans, but you'll never gain new ones because appeals change, generation.
But I mean, there's just in general, we're talking like heavy metal and stuff like that. The biggest complaint, that I hear from people who just don't listen to heavy metal is, well, why do you even listen to it? You can't understand what they're saying. And then you have those fans, which I call stupid fans, because they're like, no, you can understand every word they're saying. I was like, no, I listen to heavy metal. I know, I like heavy metal. You don't understand what the hell they're saying unless you're looking at the damn lyrics. And then you can maybe make out a word or two. So, I mean, when you hear, like, what the hell did he say? Oh, he was talking about life in general. I was like, no, he wasn't. He was freaking pig squealing. That's all it is. He's doing it on purpose. And he's putting lyrics just because he's like, oh, I need to make sure there's some lyrics here. Just write it afterwards. It's my poetry, man. It's like, yeah, right, whatever. You just didn't know what to go, and you're like, Like, yes, I understand. So, anyways, sidetrack.
But
yeah, I mean, out like heavy metal has their own thing, and you can't really say, "Oh, well, this is a bad song."
Yeah,
song,
no, I mean,
because they
it
all sound general, the
and
same.
it wouldn't go into that category because we're talking about like musicians that are objectively someone would say is good. And I know a lot of people listening, they're like, "Well, how do you define what's good music? It's going to be your personal taste."
Yeah,
and I go against that because I can recognize when a musician is talented, even if it's not for me. If it's not my genre, like I would say, like Justin Timberlake doesn't make music that appeals to me.
But he's
like
talented.
But
bastard.
he's a talented guy. I can tell he's talented. Like he makes music that I know the effort goes into that. He will put out things where I know, like he can sing. I would never say that he can't sing, even though, again, it's not for me. I can recognize when something isn't made for me or my taste, but still recognize the talent behind it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say like good musicians. So I know people that have been listening up to now will probably like think, frustrated, going like, you guys keep using the word good, man. Good is all like your opinion. You don't really know good. Like, I disagree with that. I think objectively speaking, you can tell talent from non-talent.
Yeah, I mean,
to many degrees.
can.
Now, there's a gray area in a lot of things. I accept that. But I can clearly tell you when certain music comes out that it doesn't sound good, even if it's something that I might be like, it's not so bad.
Yeah,
I know it's not. Like, I don't think G.G. Allen. I think as a performer, like in punk, like he could be like, it's interesting. I don't think he made good music. Like objectively, it wasn't good music.
He was more of a show than anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, going good music and like just so I said, in show and good music. Primus.
Yeah.
I love their stuff. I mean, everything they've put out so far, that I've heard, I enjoy it. But they give you one hell of a show. But they're also, jokesters in a sense. But if you watch their videos, you see, like Mr. Crinkle. It's a weird ass song. Hello, Mr. Crinkle. How are you today? Whatever.
It's a weird ass video, though.
He's in a freaking pig mask, long, he's a tall ass bastard, playing his cello, and things are happening all behind him, all one shot. And you're like, okay, well, what the hell are they thinking? It's because they're like, we're musicians. We're not going to be serious about this, So they, they give you a show, but they're also really good at what they're doing. You look at some of Manson's, and he's not giving you a good show. He is just destroying things badly.
He used to do really elaborate shows, like really, like sort of like mind-blowing ways where you're like, holy shit, like some real production value went into this. Like, and it was interesting and all that. The more recent stuff
it's crap
that has come out, like, and I always point to like the most awkward 5 minutes I've ever seen on stage was Manson, Ninja from the Huntwood, and Johnny Depp singing Beautiful People together. At one point, Manson's mic went off, which was probably saving grace.
Yeah.
Midway through.
And Ninja didn't know any of the lyrics.
He just kept saying Beautiful People and went over again. And Johnny Depp looked like he wanted to get off the damn stage.
Yeah.
It's like he felt it was trapped.
I felt bad for the crowd because they had to pay for that.
And I'm like, so, yeah, after a while, you can say that. Now, I don't know, what his personal life was. Maybe he was going through some really bad addiction. Probably at that point, as he has many times in his career.
Yes, he has.
But
I mean, we're kind of going off topic in a sense.
Yeah, but if you're a Manson fan, though, are you going to judge him based on that performance, or are you going to stick up for him?
Performances,
just think of him as the Antichrist superstar.
Yeah,
if that's your cup of tea, if that's what you're thinking about, and say like he experimented with other things. You know what? It was daring, it was risky. Yeah. Maybe not all the tracks. It has some memorable tracks in it. Not everything on Mechanical Animals is like really bad. Like I've heard a few songs on there, but I was like, it's actually a catchy tune. I think that Rock is Dead is a.
I mean, if you really listen through, you can probably find some gems. But if you dig through a pile of crap, you're going to find some gems.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, so whenever whether it's David Bowie, Manson, whether it's like anybody, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley.
Presley never did anything bad.
Have you heard his gospel?
I'm kidding.
Albums, yeah. So like, there will always be some.
Hey! Skinny Elvis never did anything bad.
Except steal songs from hardworking, underprivileged musicians.
Because he wouldn't perform them unless he owned them. True fact.
Okay, he
Like
paid for the music.
oh crap, what was the song called? I had it in my head. It's a song Dolly Parton wrote, and Elvis wanted to play it, but Dolly's like, you can take it, but it's my song. And so he never performed it because Dolly wouldn't sell him the song. Mm-hmm. So he would not play a song unless he owned it.
Yeah, well, that's smart.
He may have bought it for pennies, but still, yeah, he owned it.
So it was worth that dime, which back then was like $2.
Oh yeah.
But like my point is that like even though you can find shitty songs and like somewhere amongst Elvis's track, he'll still be Elvis. Like
he's
it
Elvis.
Doesn't freaking matter.
Yes,
like, it's two people. But now listen, when you think of Elvis, you're still gonna say he's a king of rock and roll. Like, he's not.
Yes.
He's not gonna like Elvis who made that shitty track 18. In his 7th album. You're not gonna focus on that. You're gonna focus on Jailhouse Rock. You're gonna love.
Yeah, you're gonna go for the good ones.
You're gonna go on the stuff that
just
defined
like
him.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So many songs out there. So many songs. From Jackson 5 all the way up to his last album he put out. Whenever that the hell was that? I don't even know. Yeah, there's some good songs throughout. But then you got a lot of crap as well.
Well, you have filler songs.
Yeah, you have all this fillers, but you have those bad songs. Like even the song he did with Paul McCartney.
Ooh.
It's a catchy tune, I guess. But
no,
I don't think it's a good song.
I think that's understood to be not either man's best work.
Yes,
like it's just it just didn't mix well together.
Yeah.
I think the two styles didn't mix well together.
Yeah,
like just saying it out there.
But I mean, it's funny because Paul McCartney worked with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson stole all the Beatles stuff.
He owned all the songs. Stuck it right under Paul's nose.
I think he was trying to make friends with him, and Michael Jackson was like, "Yep, I'll just buy those, thank you."
Yeah, and I think he seemed surprised that Paul had an issue with that. He was like, "What are you talking about? I bought him.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
I'm a fan."
So I bought all these songs,
which is kind of like, is it a dick move or is it like?
I think
that's awesome because a fan bought all the rights to your songs.
Well, from Paul's perspective,
dick move, man.
From Paul's perspective, it's a shitty move. From Michael's perspective, what's the problem? I bought it fair and square.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. I think a lot of times though, all the examples we're bringing up, that's sort of all the examples. And I think the reason for that is this: when you had to make a full album, and you had to have a certain number of tracks.
Yeah.
And some tracks you care more about than others. That's why it's those that seem like they're catchier, more marketable, they're going to appeal more to the audience. They come out as singles. The other ones are there, and you might listen to it, maybe you like it. It's a toss-up, 50-50 chance. Maybe you like it, maybe that's a song you skip over.
Yeah.
Nowadays, though, when with streaming, do you think it's less of an excuse if you come up with a shitty track? Because you don't really have to make a full album. You can just come out with you can have 5 tracks and you can release that on iTunes and that can be your whole that can be your whole album.
Can be the whole album.
And there's no reason why all 5 of those shouldn't be up there on Jailhouse Rock.
Now here's the thing that just popped in my head. We've had some songs that are crappy songs that became hits. Mm-hmm. Let's see if you know where I'm going here. We had some really crappy songs from bands who were one-hit wonders in a sense that became
that's the definition of one.
Really freaking
we had
popular.
A show about it. Yeah.
Really freaking popular. And they weren't even in a language that Americans, for the most part, when it came out, understood.
Mm-hmm. No, not
that one. I love that one.
Yeah, name another song.
We got worse.
What?
Hey, Macarena.
Oh, shit. Yes.
Bad song. Horrible freaking song. Most addictive thing you'll ever do. I don't know why.
I don't even know if I still remember.
Addictive.
Dude,
and I do not know why that made it so big. I think it's just because it's the same damn words over and over and over. I don't understand what the hell it is. I'm sure someone who actually understands it will be like, oh yeah, well they're talking about this. But I asked someone understands, they're like, oh, it's hey Macarena.
I knew the whole dance when I was a kid. It was played all the time.
Yes.
like I
said, crappy song that made it. Now, What was the band that did it? Do you know?
No, it escapes my. If somebody mentions it, I'll probably like, oh yeah, that one. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know the band's name or the group's name. I know it was a band or like a mariachi band or whatever. I'm not even sure what the hell. Not mariachi because it's a different style. But it was a Mexican band from Mexico, and they made it big. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think that was the worst song ever.
Made it big, but what else have they done?
Nothing. That's the thing. So I just, like I said, it's just something that popped in my head, and I think that's just
there might be, but it's more like
Now you did bring up the other one, which I actually didn't cover from our last one, which is one of my favorite covers. It's my favorite cover song.
Yeah.
By Goldfinger, the punk band, which is 99 Red Balloons, or as you said it,
99 Luftballons.
Yeah. Which the band itself,
they did an English cover of their own song. Yeah.
Yeah. I like their performance. Their English cover was okay, their English version, but I did like their German version. But I like Goldfingers more because they do English and then they jump into the German. So I don't know. But that's a whole different thing.
One band that likes to fuck with people on that is Rammstein, because they have Du hast.
Yeah.
You can listen to the German, but then they release it in English where it's the German is like Du hast mich gefragt, which is you. It's you have me, you have asked me. But of course, when you first say the word, hast and hast, the difference between have and hate in German is the spelling. So if you see it, it's different. But in the English version, they actually sang you hate me. So a lot of people argued with me about what the lyrics were when I told them what it was. They're like, no, the English one says you hate, and it's a direct translation. I'm like, I speak the fucking language. I know what it says. Don't argue. I know that's a sidetrack and a tangent, which is something I had to wear. Like, I know what it says.
Yeah, but that's actually bringing up another point of mine, or that is just thinking. Rammstein, one of the best shows you'll ever
Guy on fire
in your
starts
freaking
with
life.
a guy on fire, ends with a guy on fire.
Yes, it's the best freaking performance I've ever seen in my freaking life, and I've only seen him once so far. I wish I could see him more. I just, I don't know, but there are some songs I don't like from him.
Oh, they make some. There's really some bad shitty. Songs. There's some shitty filler songs on every single.
Live in America.
America, wunderbar.
That's like, I mean, it's a catchy, funny tune.
No, it's even worse than that. If you there's and any Rammstein album, and I know Rammstein fans will hate me for this, although I have not met a single one of them who likes every single song on that track.
Yeah.
It's about out of an album with 12 tracks, 6 of them are going to be like, that's the Rammstein sound. And the other 6 are going to be like this really mellow, weird, soft sound.
Yeah.
And if you know the lyrics, because again, I can understand the lyrics, it's about like really silly shit.
Yeah, you tell me that.
It's like
thinking about the
butterflies and the sun, like water is dripping on you, like stuff like that.
Yeah, you tell me that. So it's funny hearing you say that they're like really heavy sounding. You're like singing about butterflies. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, so it's like when you're looking,
that and their videos make no sense. Man, gegen man,
with a bunch of dudes just cramming at each other.
Naked people cramming at each other, and it's about
it's man against man.
Yeah, man versus man, but it's not really about that either.
They just do some weird shit, but I think that's interesting. I think it makes it creative.
Yeah, but I mean that's a band, like great performances, live. Even if you don't understand them, you still enjoy what the hell you're watching. You hear them, you enjoy what you're hearing, and they do have some really crappy songs where you're like, but they do it on purpose. I think they were like, we got some good ones. Now we're just going to screw with people.
But they change it. They change the sound in a way, though. They seem to recognize that with Rammstein, there's a bit of a corny element to them. And I think they kind of understand. I think that's part of the reason why they crossed over into other cultures. People sort of and like they can, even if they don't understand it. Like there's a lot of German bands that are better than Rammstein. That no one's ever heard of.
But no one's as modest as the bass player or whatever that one guy is. No one's going to remember us in 5 years. We're not the greatest band. I mean, come on.
Like, oh no, man, you're not that bad.
What does he play? I don't even know what he plays.
What?
That one?
He's a bass player.
Is he a bass player?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so freaking like melodramatic of what you're
Yeah, I'm sure it's the kind of song you hear in a club somewhere late at night. It's like the finishing song. He totally whipped himself a new one, but that could just be his shtick.
Yeah, but come on, that's modest.
Yeah. But again, like if you're a Rammstein fan, you're gonna be a Rammstein fan. But you're probably a fan of the songs that you know, like those really hit. Like you'll know, Feuerfrei, you'll know Mein Herz brennt.
Oh.
Yeah, Reise. You're not gonna like care about like any of the other ones. Even Mutter will be like a little bit. Yeah.
Mutter.
So
there.
Yeah, go ahead.
It keeps popping in my head. There is one genre that we don't talk about. Now, it's partly because we don't know much about it, but I did grow up with it around me. Country.
You are Texan.
Yes, I am a Texan. You've been in this country for...
I've been here many years.
90 years now.
90 years. I look good for 90.
Yeah. But we don't talk about country. And I'm just going to do a little tangent in a sense. Not really a tangent about country real quick. Old school country. Waylon Jennings... Patsy Cline, all those country, old school, the really, whatever. That's country. This nowadays stuff, that's not country. I call that pop. That's, you got Taylor Swift and you got freaking whatever the hell. I can't even think of their damn names. That one guy who always wears a hat and he's actually bald as hell, but he looked like he had full head hair.
That's any man with a hat.
Yeah, not all of them. He always has that big old thing. Was it Paisley or something? I don't know. But no, they're like, oh, no, we're country. It's like, no, you're not. You're following the pop things. You put out crap songs. Every once in a while you have those good things. And then you got, Waylon Jennings, you got all those. And you can complain about them too. Their songs are crap. They're blah, blah, blah. Old school, so on and so forth. But you hear them if someone's like, whatever, drinking a beer or something, which I don't do, nor do you. Mm-hmm. You're going to talk about those old songs. There's a tear in my beer because I'm crying for your dear. It's like, well, that's a stupid sounding song, but it's actually catchy as well. Right. I don't listen to country very much or ever anymore that I'm away from that freaking podunk little crap town. And, but when I do go down there for whatever and the family having a barbecue, they do throw on music and some of it's country. I'm like, God damn it. But they usually put on the old stuff, Waylon Jennings, whatever, Patsy Cline, things like that.
Go ahead.
But like I said, it's just, like I said, a little tangent about that. So I think this new stuff is pretty much crap for the country stuff. And they're, say they're country, but they're pop and they're trying to mix it. But there's one band which I think uses that country, goes to the old school, but they actually perform. And I haven't really heard too many things from them. It's that Zach Brown band. Mm-hmm. They actually perform with like Foo Fighters and stuff like that as well. So they have a different taste on it, whatever. So I don't really call them country because they can play. I've heard them actually play. But the couple songs I have heard from them, there's probably only one I've liked, and the rest of them I'm kind of like, I don't think they're good songs. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious what other people think about them. So in a sense, like I said, just when good musicians go bad, because I think they're a freaking awesome band, that Zach Brown band, what I have heard. But when they do country, I think they just went bad. I think they chose the wrong thing to play because they all can bust out. I've heard them play like really good stuff. And I think they chose the whole wrong genre. But I mean, if that's what they grew up to do, then I guess that's their right choice. But I don't know.
I mean, look, any musician has a choice to make any kind of music that they want. Of course, I'm going to judge it according to my tastes.
Yeah.
Now, the thing though, it's an interesting thing I know is in country. Like you made the distinction, like country, what's considered country now. Country, the ones you mentioned, like the old school ones, there's always a sort of defining note where whatever it is they're singing about, it's always a sort of nostalgic longing for some past era. Even if they're just singing about their truck and their old lady, it's always a sort of like some bygone era now in their life that's gone. Yeah. Like so, that's sort of the characteristic of the old school country. Whereas the more poppy country now, it's not a coincidence that Taylor Swift transitioned so easily into pop because the themes of her songs were like about being young and in a relationship. Like even when it had a more country vibe. Yeah. And now the songs about being young and in a relationship. Yeah. They changed the beat. They took away the acoustic guitar and they added a beat to it. And that's
with Taylor Swift, you can pretty much put on Katy Perry. Same sound.
Yeah.
Country, pop, same damn sound. It's like, oh no, well she's a pop country. It's like, no, she's pop. She's not country. Just because she's singing about a breakup that she had with the third tailor she's been with, or whatever, or writing some song tearing another one of her boyfriend's assholes open or something.
Poor guys. They should learn by now.
Yeah, they should know. It's like, oh, Taylor Swift's interested in you. Run the other way. It just doesn't work for you, because if it doesn't work, you make her cry for whatever reason, you're going to have a freaking hit song written about you. Now, do you feel good about that? Be like, oh yeah, I got a song written about me. Or are you like,
publicity
crap.
is good publicity.
Yeah. So they do say that, but I don't know. You're like, you can't have a secret with Taylor Swift. At least maybe now it should change up a little bit.
You know what?
But yeah, no.
I wanna give a counter example to the all publicity is good publicity. The guy from SoB, Jared.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure the publicity he's been getting lately is not good publicity. I mean, for good reason.
Oh yeah.
Like so he'll probably go against. It's not like he's not gonna get a comeback anytime soon.
Yeah. I have always thought that was a kind of stupid saying. All publicity is good publicity,
because it can ruin your reputation. It can kill your reputation.
You are having your name out there and it's being heard, and you're not being thrown behind whatever out of the spotlight. But it's not going to be good, because Jared, being found to be a pedophile and whatever, is like, oh well, he was the face of Subway for so long, and weight loss thing, because he lost so much and he stayed up in shape, and he's not really in shape, but I mean he did lose a lot of weight. It's like, oh yeah, he's a good thing. It's a good story. And it's like, well, yeah, we found a bunch of child porn on his computer. It's like, oh, we need to get away from him. It was like, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's a bad thing, Jared being a pedophile, but come on, it just goes from, oh yeah, Jared's story, we would believe in Jared. Oh crap, no, we go away from him. It's like, yes, he'd made a bad decision, and there are certain things, psychological
being said. Right?
Yeah, I think he's already in that. But there's this whole psychological thing that some people said, and if it's not about children, they're like, oh well, you got to love what you got to love. Yes, if you love children, psychologically, whatever, you can't help it.
Right. Doesn't mean you shouldn't, but the laws are still there.
The laws are there to protect
children, because children can't consent.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not saying, oh yeah, pedophilia. No, nothing. No, not even close.
Thumbs up. You don't want that on record.
Yeah, no,
that's
nothing like that
for you.
But I mean, yes, it was an inspiring story.
I get it.
It was an inspiring story for the fact that. And yes, I know it's away from music, but still, it's kind of good people do a bad thing.
I think it's a good analogy that I was actually going to get into.
Yeah. So Jared, it's an inspiring story, and he did a bad thing, and people were going to focus on that bad thing because it's a bad thing. But not really anyone talks about, oh well, he inspired me to lose weight. He inspired me to do this. Right. This story, whatever.
To the people that he did inspire, it was still inspired by, and he did get some good, in that sense. But this is like that sort of thing. It's sort of a good analogy. If Jared had a wholesome story from the beginning, that was his baseline. Yeah. When he became a household name. Yeah. And anything bad that comes in can only take him down a peg. Yeah. Now, if your story starts out kind of here, and then something more wholesome, you do something that's a bit more wholesome, something good. That publicity can only work to elevate. Yeah. Now, but also if you're down here, anything bad that happens, you'll still be down there where you started in the gutter. At that point, publicity doesn't. As long as your name is in the news, what do you care?
Yeah. If you're in the gutter, you're not going to go any further.
And there's going to be a group of people who will stick up for you just because they want to be edgy or different. Yeah. Like it doesn't make a difference what you did. Yeah. There's no single person alive today or that has ever lived that is universally hated. Yeah. Everybody has at least everyone that's famous. I mean, no one knows it. Like, there's no name that doesn't have at least one fan. Yeah. Yeah, like you think of anybody. People are thinking like of the worst people. They're thinking you can mention all the dictators, go down Stalin, Mussolini, Hitler, Pol Pot. Yeah. Everybody has at least one person that's going to be like, I don't think it was that bad.
Hey, there are many fans of the Pope.
There are many fans of the Pope.
The worst one out there.
Which one?
All of them.
I don't know. I believe Pope Gregory V was
there was that Nazi Pope who resigned. Who resigned? Yeah, he was like, you know what? I'm done with it.
Oh, the one that moved the pedophiles from one church to the other in order to protect them because he was worried Mother Church's name would be dragged to the ground if they actually prosecuted him. That guy that people don't want me make fun of, Ratzinger or
Pope Francis or
Benedict the 16th. Like
right.
people are like, oh, you can't say so. The dude he's as bad as Jared. Worse than Jared. Because he was part of an organization that could have actually done something, had the power to prosecute these damn child rapists. And he didn't. He protected them. Don't give me this shit. He should be locked up somewhere. And you know what? That whole fucking church should be investigated for that. And people say, well, Pope Francis isn't as bad. I don't give a fuck. He's part of the organization. What steps has he taken to prosecute those sick shit? No, now you got me on the anti-religious, man. This is Saints of Blasphemy, damn it. I can blaspheme all night and day if you get me on that.
Yeah, you have to put music into it. Come on now.
Get music into that. All you damn Catholic musicians out there who are still... I just don't get that whole... I don't see how you can identify with that bullshit. Like anyway, and then and none of the other churches will go against it that much because once you leave the door open to criticize one, you leave the door open to criticize all of them, as you should, because fuck religion.
Yeah,
you know I was going there.
Yeah. But anyways,
but
yes, back to the music thing. Bad things can happen to good musicians. In a sense, not like bad things. I mean, they can put out bad music and they can make bad songs or albums and things like that. And it happens to the best of them. Now,
go ahead. I got an example. Here's the thing when they have good intention and they come up with something that I think is objectively stupid. That song, that's exactly what I was going to go with. All these tough musicians came together to make like what I think is one of the corniest, cheesiest, put in whatever synonym to that you want, craptacular song. It had this positive message for everybody, but it was so fucking, it looked fake as shit, first of all. And I don't think any of you like it. I don't think any of you give a shit about what you think about. All of you at this point, maybe Michael Jackson can.
Yeah, he loved his children.
Yeah, a little too much. We're going back down to Jared's subway conversation. Yeah. Then
just prove a point. There was a reason for it.
Yeah. We come full circle here. Yeah. They produced a shitty song with good intention. Yeah. But it's a joke now.
Yes, it is.
And now anytime you want to make fun of, like, it's been satirized in movies and on TV shows, a bunch of famous people get together and they make this corny song and they think it fixed the world.
Yeah. I mean, Live Aid and all that stuff. And it didn't really do much. Now, here's, you brought up that one, which brought me to think of another song, which is actually from an ex-Beatle, John Lennon. Mm-hmm. Who made the song Give Peace a Chance, which they kind of did the same thing. They had a lot of other people get in there and just do whatever. And I only saw that video maybe twice. Mm-hmm. And they did a new rendition of it, which was with his son, was it Julian or the other one? I don't remember.
The other one is also named John.
Yeah, I think it was Julian who did it.
The old one?
Yeah, he did a thing. They did a new rendition, same song, same type of thing. And it was like, you have a bunch of musicians trying to do one good thing. And I mean, the song was, and it's a John Lennon song, which he was big on peace, although he beat his wives.
The one thing I say, like, when people say, like, well, you're a John Lennon fan, like, and they think they need to stand up for him. John Lennon as a person was not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, I'll defend his music.
Yeah.
As a person, he was a shit. He was a little shit. He wasn't a good guy. And right now, people are like, oh, are you really John? I don't have to defend your shitty-ass behavior or personality just because I like the art that you put out.
Yeah.
Same thing like if a musician I like comes up with a shitty-ass song, I will tell you, wow, that's garbage.
Yeah. But like, John, Give Peace a Chance, I think is a good song. I make fun of it all the time, though. Yeah. Give peas a chance.
How many peas do you want? you want one pea? You want the whole bag of peas?
That's how you teach your children to eat, vegetables or something. You give peas a chance. But anyways, so I mean, I think it's it's a good song intention-wise. But it was a mockery when everyone else did it.
Anytime a musician tries to do something where they take themselves too seriously, in my opinion. And if they didn't already begin with that,
What about the children? What about the elephants?
Have we lost the trust? The weirdest fucking line in any song. Like, first of all, did we have the trust to begin with? Second of all, if we did, how have we lost the trust? The fuck did I do to the elephant? It just came. Michael Jackson's Earth song.
Sorry.
But it's like anytime they put it too serious, it comes out really cheesy unless you're really careful with it.
Yeah.
Like, it will come across as like, holy shit. First of all, it comes across kind of preachy. Because it's always like, you've got enough money probably to feed a third world country. Yeah. Let's face it, and you're telling me I'm not doing enough if it's a song like that. And that usually ends up being a shit song. Yeah. That they do.
I mean, we are kind of making fun of the songs that were, for good intentions. Was it Give Peace a Chance? We Are the World, whatever. There are some songs out there that I think were done well. And there's some good songs that are actually good. Like, they're actually, good intentions and everything else, and it's a good song. It's not really to make fun of. Unfortunately, I can't think of any at the moment, but I know I've heard some. Like you mentioned, 99 Red Balloons. If you actually listen to the lyrics,
it's an anti-war song.
It's an anti-war song, and it's actually I like the song.
Yeah,
I like the original. I love the cover more than I do the original. But the lyrics in general, it's an anti-war song. Most of the stuff from Flowbots, I think,
very political. Yes.
Really political. I think their songs are really, really well done, but very political in a good, good cause. In a
but
sense.
That's the thing. Like, they didn't deviate from it. They didn't just make just generic songs and then try to go serious.
Yeah.
If someone like, not to shit on anyone, like if someone like Katy Perry suddenly made a song like Give Peace a Chance, I don't know how seriously I would take it. Now, I'm not saying she can't cover serious topics. I'm sure she has. Like, she's serious topics about breakups and things like that. She's done that serious topics about loss, whatever. I'm not knocking any of that. But I'm just saying, like, if she made a song suddenly about, like, bettering humanity and feeding, like the hungry, I'd be like, that's nice, but you're Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
and again, I might be in the wrong here for that, but it just, I don't know how seriously I would take it.
Yeah, I mean, that's things. I mean, good intentions can be bad, taken badly or done badly or whatever. So good musicians can do really bad things, as we've stated throughout. Yeah. The fact that Michael Jackson, who was a good musician, did quite a few songs that I don't really think were very good. John Lennon probably, he did some, the Beatles. There's some songs there I just don't like.
The early songs are boy bandish.
Yes.
As much as people are like, like the stuff, if you make fun of like One Direction, you should make fun of the early Beatles songs.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
No, just because it came out way back when, the genre was barely developing, it's the same kind of shit. Now, you can
shake it on, baby. Now
you can defend it if you want to, but just be consistent with it. Like, that's all I'm asking. I'm not taking anything away from the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
How many times have I worn a Beatles shirt on the show?
Yeah.
Like, it's I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I'm just being honest with it. Again, I have no heroes in the music biz. Like, I just. But we're sort of tap dancing around the final conclusion that we have to get to this topic, which is.
Down with Trump. Impeachment. Yeah.
Every that's a basic outline point of everything on the show.
I forgot last episode. It's not that I really forgot. We're just really getting into it.
You have to throw it out.
Yes.
I'll cover songs not too passionate.
Impeachment of Trump.
The basic thing, though, that we have to address, though, before we wrap it up is, is it right to judge these musicians based on these shit? We kind of sort of tap danced around it. We never gave a clear answer.
Yeah.
If they make something that's obviously not up to par with the talent that they have. Now, if somebody bad makes something good, you're like, okay, they're improving, or maybe, even a broken clock is right twice a day, depending if it's not digital. If you're a good musician, and I know how good you can be, have you just gotten lazy, or have you just sold out when you make this shitty ass song?
That's the thing.
And do I judge you on that?
I don't really think you should judge them for a bad song. If it's just, a couple bad songs, maybe a bad album, something that they tried something new and it just didn't work out. I don't think they should really be judged for that. But if they do a continuous bad, album, bad song, back to back, just keeps going, and they're trying to force feed it down your throat and say, no, this is our new style. You're going to like it. These songs are great. All Metallica stuff. You should judge them. I think they should, stop doing what they're doing, like Anvil. They bad songs.
They're not good.
Like
I watched the documentary.
They are bad. You feel sorry for them when you watch that, didn't you?
It's sad.
It's sad, very. It starts off, you think, oh yeah, it's very prominent. All these big bands talking about it. Whatever.
You know what? We're gonna have
Slash from whatever. It's just really going, and then the songs are just crap.
We're gonna have to do an episode on documentaries.
Yeah,
because I have some serious issues.
Turn it up to 11.
I have
Spinal Tap.
I have a serious issue with. We'll probably do a whole review on Spinal Tap for some another music documentaries, but it just documentaries in general. I got a serious issue. We'll maybe save that for next week. But there would be a good example.
Yeah.
So
it's just in general, like I was saying before. I think you should judge them if they are trying to force feed you with something. If it's just like they tried something different, didn't work out properly, or just didn't make a good song, they're, trying something new, whatever. And, I don't think their stuff is crap now. They changed everything. It's all bad. Yeah. It's like Korn. They tried something new.
Dubstep.
They did. I like actually their dubstep stuff, but they tried something new. Twisted Transistor.
Korn fans, then.
Yeah, Twisted Transistor. I don't like that whole album thingy, but I think they put some songs out there, like was it Korn 3 or whatever the album was, which had a little bit more dubstep, a little heavier stuff. I thought they went kind of back to their roots, but not really. It was something new, and I actually enjoyed it myself. So it's not like, oh well, I'm judging them off Twisted Transistor. Damn, good say it.
It's through the. I think it was through the open door.
Open door or whatever
was the name of the album.
Yeah, but I'm not judging them off of just that whole thing there. I was like, well, I love their old stuff, Chutes and Ladders, all those songs. And then their newer stuff I actually kind of enjoy. So they just had a hiccup in a sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm not judging them on that one thing. But Metallica, like I said, they've been crap the whole time. I think they've been crap. They try to force feed you every single thing, and they're like, "No, we're the greatest band out there." No, you're not. Just retire already, goddamn.
I think they just have a name that's really eye-catching. Yes, Metal Liquor.
Which Lars stole.
Ulrich.
Yeah, I think I got it right. Lars.
Danish.
Yeah. He. Too bad he has. He's a Danish. He could have been a great donut.
I'll give my thoughts as far as what I think as far as judging him. If you're in the game that long, you're gonna come up with you're gonna make a lot of good songs, but that's why you're gonna be in the game for that long, unless you're Animal.
Yeah.
But if the names that have become memorable, the good, objectively, people put in legendary status, good musicians. If you're in the game that long, you're gonna have hiccups. You're gonna have bad songs. It's just there's only so much sound you can put together, and only so much legendary, iconic epic status you can put into one damn album. So I'm not gonna judge, everything that comes out after the shitty song based on that. I didn't judge everything David Bowie did after that shitty ass thing, or Mick Jagger after everything. If they came there, because they did some good work afterwards. Yeah. And it would be a shame to miss out on it just because if I turned it off every time, they were dancing on the street that one in that crappy song.
Mick Jagger made a great hamburger. It was called the Mick Jagger. His two thick lips on a pair of tight buns. Hey!
Oh, like I said, you keep me young, Brian. All right, we'll wrap it up with that. We'll finish it up by saying, if you like our show, be sure to subscribe to us, share us, tweet at us, yell at us. Tell us how much we suck, we welcome that too. If you if you think we're not as good as we were, you like our old stuff back in the day, 2 years ago. It's a 2 year podcast at this point almost. We've been in there.
We're going strong. At least we're trying.
Yeah, we're senile, jaded old men now.
Oh yeah.
now as far as everything goes. And you can find us at saintsofblasphemy.com.
Yeah.
And you can find us now on iTunes.
Yes.
Which we keep mentioning because for 2 fucking years we never bothered to get on iTunes until now.
Yeah.
We're not doing this right. We're not good at self-promotion.
I'm actually proud that we're shooting to get on iTunes. As much as I'm not a big Apple fan, it's it's an accomplishment, so I'm proud. So yeah, anyways.
All right. So obviously we're not good at self-promotion, so we'll just say we'll catch you guys next time. We'll see. Maybe the topic will be documentaries and my problems with them. Sascha Saintevic's issues with documentaries dealing with rock music.
Are we going to have to go to Sascha's Corner?
Sascha's Corner?
Yeah.
Sascha's Sassy Corner?
Yeah.
Say that.
Have you ever wondered
why it is that they make these documentaries and they're filmed in this really shitty way? I'm Andy Rooney. I'm fucking pissed off. I don't care. Fuck you, 6. I'm just waiting for that to happen at some point. But we will save that for some other time too. Catch you guys next time.
All right, guys. See you.